I have been in an art slump for years now. After doing art all my life, one day I just had randomly woken up and forgot everything about it. It's 2 years later, and I got sick of it. I enrolled myself in a painting class. I started watching videos telling me how to have fun drawing again. I even started doing timed figure studies just so I could complete something. I got 3 months of that and I was making progress and everything, but it was so boring. And so I think I'm ready for some fun. I did artfight from 2020 to 2022, and so I'm really looking forward to trying it again. As the last artfight that I participated in was 2022, that means I need to do all new character reference sheets. So we got some major prep to do. My persona since 2013 has always had something to do with bunnies. I kept that theming up for over a decade, and I think I'm finally ready for some change. So here we have Barry, an alien with little antennae that kind of act like puppy dog ears. The design started off with this kind of like Meet the Jetsons type clothing, and then eventually I remembered I could do whatever I want, it is my Sona, and so I did like this sort of 80s puffy jacket with just a bodysuit underneath. I finished the reference sheet and realized that I needed a new icon and banner to go with the new design. The icon, I kind of just did a generic round, cutesy chibi style, but I did vectors this time, which I have never used before because I wanted to be able to resize it to whatever size the website needed. As soon as I figure out how to resize it, it's gonna be awesome. I knew I wanted the banner to have Barry sort of hovering, and so I was able to find a 3D model to help me, and then as I'm getting the base drawn in, I'm realizing, oh, it would be cool if maybe they had an alien blaster. That would be so cool. I have no idea how to do it, so I did an art tablet pen. Along with my persona, I'm going to include 2 characters from a story that I've been working on for a really long time. I think the quickest way to kind of summarize what it is it's set in this like low fantasy 19th century Europe and revolves around these 2 cousins that are working together to solve a murder. I have older sketches and character ideas and backgrounds that I wrote up a while ago, so I already had a good starting point for these characters, which made it a lot easier to build and do the sheets. I started off with Charlotte for this. Charlotte's mom did not enjoy noble life or society, and when given the chance, ran away with Charlotte's father to a small village and built a life together. Charlotte was able to grow up happy and surrounded by love, which resulted in her being a very positive person who always saw the good in things. Due to her being such a happy person, I wanted to show a softness in her design, which resulted in a more round and fuller skirt, rounder face, hair that isn't necessarily well kept, and just a fun, constant smile on her face. For some reason, trying to start Charlotte, I wasn't too confident on the proportions and I was really struggling with getting that shape. I got so frustrated that I realized I was no longer having fun, and that's when I needed to stop, so I went ahead and took a couple days off. Stepping away from the computer helped, and by the time I came back, I remembered I should probably just start the pose how I always do, which is with that color lasso tool to block in the general shape and make it easier for me to see exactly what I'm looking at. The story to me is one that I don't plan to just have a set outfit. I want them to be able to change and evolve as the story goes on, and so I included, instead of a front and back pose, 2 outfits, a more casual and then a more formal option for those to choose from. Charlotte's color palette didn't change between the first iteration of her and now, and so beside adding that kind of pinkish white, it was really easy to plot in her colors. Following Charlotte is Francine. Francine is the cousin that grew up in nobility, as her mom is the one that stayed. And so because of this, Francine grew up kind of in a more strict and colder environment than her cousin. To make sure that I kept this likeness obvious, I went ahead and I based Francine's base off of Charlotte's. There are differences, such as Francine has a sharper jaw and a smaller frame, but other than that, I try to keep key characteristics of them very similar. Francine as a character is very reserved, elegant. Francine's colors didn't just come straight from her old design, as her original red was a little bit too much. After some questionable combinations, I finally realized it's okay for her to have a dress that's only one color, and so, to elevate the dress a little bit more, I tried to shade it in a way that you would be able to tell it's silk. After working on this for about a month or so, I was able to complete them all. If you're wanting to see the finished products for the pieces shown in this video or the attacks that I will be doing, my artfight and Twitter are both at HBVary with 2 Ys. This was my first attempt at creating a YouTube video like this, and I honestly think it helped push me to finish. It was nice to be able to share the whole thought process and talk about my characters, so I want to do more stuff like this in the future. That's all I have for this video though, so I'll see you next time.